Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. I want to quickly ask about the importance of our non-military agencies and programs to the Air Force mission. General Goldfein, would a significant reduction in funding to the State Department and other non-defense security agencies and programs make the Air Force job of defending America easier or harder?
Ma'am, I'll align with the Secretary of Defense, who's clearly stated it will make it harder.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. In fact, I've asked every combatant commander that same question, and to a person, they've all given me essentially the same answer. So what I want to ask about now is about cyber defenses. We need to be completely sure that our aircraft and our other critical systems can't be hacked by an adversary, and that they're going to work when we really need them. Secretary Wilson and General Goldfein, in your 2018 budget request, you highlight the importance of improving the cyber resiliency of both new and existing weapons systems, making sure that the Air Force systems can stay operational or can bounce back quickly, even in the face of aggressive cyber attacks. That said, a few months ago in the Airspace and Cyber Conference, General Pawlikowski, the commander of the Air Force Materiel Command, said it would take 5 to 7 years for the Air Force to become fully cyber secure, in part because the budget process had not yet made it a priority. And right now, the new Cyber Resiliency Office for Weapons Systems, CROWS, has only 5 full-time people. I know the Pentagon is a big bureaucracy. I know it doesn't always move as quickly as you'd like, but I'd like to ask, how does the Air Force's FY18 budget prioritize securing vulnerabilities in existing weapons systems, and what can we do right now this year to make this a priority?
Senator, let me start out by saying in this year's budget, the Deputy Secretary of Defense directed a look at how we organize ourselves with respect to cyber and set up cyber defense teams. The Air Force is responsible for 39 of those. This year we will reach the full 39, and that is funded in the budget. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, there is the responsibility to try to make sure that our systems are secure, both our communication systems but also our weapon systems. And that has to be built into every element of procurement that we are pursuing. And as I understand it, it's not done by a particular center. It is done in every single acquisitions system, and it is a huge challenge. I would also say that it is a rapidly evolving target space. And so trying to maintain cybersecurity, both for our systems and more broadly, is one of the greatest challenges that we face as a nation.
So I appreciate what you're saying here and the importance of changes in our acquisition system. So let me just switch over to that immediately. General Goldfein, what kind of changes do you believe we need to make to our acquisition systems in order to execute on your vision of multi-domain command and control?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Currently, when we look at weapon systems procurement, I would offer that we're coming out of the industrial age, where you think about the weapon system and the munition and the sensor, and then you figure out how to connect it.
Right.
I think we're getting into an age where victory is going to go to those who actually can connect together capabilities in the future in new ways of doing business. So what that means is you've got to focus on the highway before you focus on the truck. Uh-huh. And so getting the network right, having common system architecture, have a common set of standards, so that what we procure not only in the Air Force, but in the Army, the Navy, and the Marine Corps, it's going to be how we connect these things up that's going to matter and most in the future. You know, the Air Force of the future is going to have, it's going to be old and new, manned and unmanned. It's going to be conventional and unconventional. We're going to have parts that are exquisite, that penetrate, and those that stand off. It's going to have all of the above. And the challenge for us in the future to move forward is how do we connect them?
So I applaud your vision here. I'm just asking in my few remaining seconds about how we need to change our acquisition system so we can accomplish that vision. And I see the Secretary shaking her head that she's very much there on the vision. do we need to make changes in the acquisition system to get there?
I would say two things. One is we need to take full advantage of the authorities which you have given us and sometimes take some risk, calculated risk to do things quickly. And we're actually doing a scrub of our existing acquisition authorities and what we are not taking advantage of and where we should push the envelope this summer. The second thing is, and I'll just give you an example, the Integrated Battle Management Command and Control System for Space is in this year's budget. That came out of an experiment authorized by the Congress last year on space. It is a common architecture for all kinds of space systems. And it says if you can't hook into that common architecture for the common picture for command and control, you're not going to build the next satellite system. We're not doing one-off stovepipes. It has to be integrated and drive that through and we're actually driving that through a very rapid acquisition system.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I want to see if I can get you up to Massachusetts to talk to our Crows folks up there, too.
You betcha.
Okay, good. Thank you.